So it still doesn't feel real. I'm probably about mile 2 already. Just keeps on sneaking up on me. So I didn't get a lot of footage at the didn't get a lot of footage at the southern terminus because my mind was racing like crazy, mainly about leaving my family. But at the time when we were there, my son decided he didn't want to walk into Campo with me. And obviously I wasn't going to force him because it wouldn't be fun for him that way. But about 2 minutes into the trail, I got a call from my wife saying he had changed his mind, and we were walking right next to the road, so he just jumped out of the truck and away we went. So he walked the first mile and a half about with me, and then I dropped him off with my wife. So I will admit it was incredibly hard when I left the terminus and everybody got in the trucks and drove away. But once my son was on the trail with me, it just completely changed. Even after I dropped him off the second time, I just feel really good about this. I'm not sad. I mean, obviously I didn't want to leave my family, but I feel pretty good. And I'm quite surprised about that, to be honest with you. Especially after leaving the terminus, how rough that was. But I'm on my way. Mile 3 and I feel like I'm back in Texas. All these massive trees. All this grass. I was not expecting this at all. I mean, I knew that people said don't think of the desert as a desert, but mile 3, that's pretty impressive. There's absolutely nothing you could do to wipe that smile off my face. Probably can't hear it, but the wind is whipping through that little canyon, I guess you could call it. I don't necessarily know if it's considered a canyon, but the wind is coming through there and it just sounds amazing. And this is why all the locals told me that I would really enjoy starting in March. Just past mile 4. I think on an average year, you get to mile 14 or 15 before you get a good water source like that. So far I'm really liking my March start date. Just stopped here for a break to eat some lunch here at mile marker 5. This little tent site here. Got a nice breeze. Got a nice sandwich, and got a nice little hiking partner to share my lunch with. do believe that this bunch of switchbacks you see here is the crazy climb out of Hauser Canyon that I have been warned about. I do not plan on climbing out of Hauser Canyon tonight. I'm just going to camp before I get to Hauser Creek, which is about 2.5 miles away, and we can wrap up day one. Woke up about 4 this morning. Seems to be about average lately. Rolled around for a couple hours, started packing up camp. It's pretty good timing. Everybody else started waking up at the same time, getting moving. I'm not sure what time it is right now. I'm about 20 minutes into this climb out of Hauser Canyon. I think it's about a 3-mile climb, and it is pretty tough. It's just like they say. So I think every one of us were glad that we stopped at near Hauser Creek to camp last night. I think most of us are trying to head to Lake Marina, hang out there for a bit, try to dry our stuff out. It rained on us all night last night, almost all night. So I think we're all gonna stop there, get some food. Apparently all of us carried way too much food for this first stretch. But we're gonna get some town food, hang out for a bit. I don't think any of us know where we wanna go tonight, so I guess we'll decide when we get there. It's hard to tell in videos just how vast it is out here. I couldn't even begin to tell you how close those mountains or how far those mountains are away from me. After having finished that climb out of Hauser Canyon, I would not want to do this in the summer. It's probably in the 60s and absolutely gorgeous weather out here right now. You guys that are doing this in May, bravo. That's going to be pretty incredible. Seems I have stumbled upon a town. As if I wasn't looking forward to it. So we left Boulder Creek this morning about 9 o'clock, I guess, which is funny because we were all up by about 5:30 or so. But there was a guy there that hiked in 2016, offered to let us charge up our stuff and take us to the store if we wanted to. So that was kind of cool. We just talked to them for a bit. And then we only hiked about 6 miles out to this really, really awesome campsite. Like, you would not believe it. We're up on these ridges like this. And then just all of a sudden you're down in the trees next to this creek that's running quite well right now. I would imagine later in the season it won't be. Like 5 or 6 tent spots, plenty of places to hang a hammock if that's what you do. So the guy stopped there, and I was going to stop with him, but I spoke to my wife a little earlier, and she said that her and my son would really like to see me today before they head back to Texas tomorrow. So I'm gonna meet them at it's a campground called Sibbet's Flats. It's only about a mile away from where the guys stopped, and then we're gonna go into Laguna, probably get some dinner and stay at an Airbnb for the night, and then I'll get back out here real early and meet them at the trail junction to Sibbet's Flats, and then walk back into Mount Laguna. So it's been a pretty easy day. It's been a nice day. Sun came out, good breeze. Trail is not being too mean to me. So all in all, it's been a good day. And I get some good town food and get to see my family tonight. And it's gonna be really nice. It's always hilarious to see this in other people's videos, but it's even funnier to see it in person. So I just got back here to where the PCT meets a little road junction that takes you down to Sibbets Flats after spending the night with my wife and son before they head back to Texas. Waiting for the couple guys I've been hiking with the last couple days. Found the only little sunny spot I can to sit on the trail and wait. It's about 38 degrees with a really, really heavy breeze this morning, so it's a little chilly. Packed out a couple breakfast burritos this morning, so when the guys get here, if they're still hungry, they can have those. We're looking at about a 9-mile climb into Mount Laguna. I went in there with my family yesterday, and all the snow had melted except some random little spots in the trees, and where they had piled it up from the roads, it's still got about a 6-inch pile where those piles were. But other than that, it looks like it's going to be a good hike into Laguna, which is nice. It's a good sign. And I think we're going to get some lunch there, hang out for a little bit, recharge, and push a couple more miles out before we make camp. And that's what the plan is for today anyway. We'll see how far we get with that once we see what this climb has to offer for us. So we about made it up that climb. It's Mount Laguna. I think we just got one little leg left. Good to go down and then go right back up. We doing pretty good, I'd say, for having to go uphill so consistently today. We're at probably about mile 7, maybe a little more for the day. We started around 8 and I think it's like 10:40 right now. So not doing too bad. I feel like the climbs are getting a little bit easier. My legs have not had any trouble at all, but my heart doesn't want to keep up. My cardio is absolutely nowhere near where it should be to do this. So take it slow, let it work its way up, see what happens. Just as a little reference, for those of you who are afraid of starting a little early because of the snow in the lower elevations, not the higher elevations, but the snow in the lower elevations. This path that I'm walking on right now had a foot of snow on it 2 weeks ago. Campsite for tonight.